Okay, in this example, we're going to go over the simple mob spawner and the UI interface I made so that you can quickly get things put into the game. And I want to keep this video down as quick as possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hit my left bracket key so that I can see no draw objects. And I'm going to type, I think, create. Let's get in the game here. We'll type in /create simple and hit enter. You should see like simple, simple, simple. We'll see simple mob spawner right here. We'll click it and we will place one. And now when you hit the left bracket key, you will see a spawner appear. If I hit it again, it goes away. So don't panic if you hit the right bracket key and it messed your camera up. Just close your client and load it back up at this point. I'll wait. Pause this video. Okay. All right. Again, left bracket after you place it. And normally to add a spawner, you'd have to go to got info and then go to object variable and then hit add. And then as a new developer, I'm sure you know the variable we need, right? Oh, no? Okay, well then I guess you're stuck here and you can't spawn stuff. But spawn, lowercase, capital T, template. Oop, missed an A there. And prone to typos as well, just like that. And then we basically can say, what template do I want you to spawn? I'm going to put a chicken here and hit save. And in just a moment, a chicken should spawn right there where the spawner's at. I'm going to hide it. Haha, we have our chicken. You impressed yet? Okay, well, you know, that takes a minute to set up that spawn stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and delete this stuff here. And with the user interface that I made, once again, create spawner, or simple, bad at typing today. I'll choose simple mob spawner, I'll place it, and just double click it. So by double clicking it, you can see that you have various things you can choose here. Let's say we want to pick something to spawn, and I want a crab to spawn here. So if we just sit here for a minute and wait, you'll see a crab spawn. So it's just like what we did, but we didn't have to type anything. No spell errors. It's always good, right? And there we go. We have our crab. If I hide the spawner, we'll see that our crab's right here. So again, you would have to go in and right click, go to God mode, come here, and you'd have to set the spawn range variables, how many you want to spawn, delay variables, other options. And then when you're done, you have to place a new spawner and go through that process again. That's an absolute nightmare, right? So with this user interface, basically what I can do with this crab here, every time I change an option in it, I'll change the range to be like 5. And then you'll see that the crab will spawn in a range of 5, and you got to ask yourself, how do I know what the range of 5 means? Here in the note, it'll tell you if you right-click the spawner and choose spawn radius, just for a few seconds, it'll spawn and show you how big the radius is in which this crab can spawn. All right, so it's kind of weird on slants and things like that, but you can pretty much get the gist on that. And so now that I have that spawn range with that different crab, let's say I wanted to have 2 crabs spawn. So again, it'll go through its cycles here. The first crab will spawn within 10 seconds because the spawner has a 10-second cycle. And then 10 seconds later, it'll spawn the next one. We'll wait just to see if I'm wrong. A few more seconds. There we go. So now we got our crabs. So now if we wanted to, when these crabs die, how long is it until they will respawn again? Well, the spawner, when they sees that they're invalid, if somebody deleted them, or somebody tamed it, or you killed it, it'll see what the spawn time is, and from when you killed it and it registers that check, the standard is 300 seconds. So 300 seconds after this dies, it'll spawn a new entry because it's waiting for that timer to go off, if that makes sense. Anyways, with this, you can set your time rates to 5 hours, every 2 hours, you know, nightmare stuff like that for rarity. Let's say I wanted to have like some bandits or something, and I wanted to have a random list. Well, I can go ahead and hit this list spawn button, And then I'm going to go ahead and hit this little red button here and get rid of the crab off the list. And I'm going to scroll to the, we should see bandit somewhere, right? Yeah. So we have a bandit male. I'm going to add a bandit female. We'll add a bandit female archer and a bandit female male archer. Okay, yep. And then a bandit boss. So when it goes to spawn, it's going to pick one of these 5. But since it's spawning 2, it'll pick, you could have 2 of the bandit bosses spawn at the same time. We'll just give it a second, right? So there's our bandit scout, you know. That's our archer. And what's our spawn radius again? Let's double check. It's fairly big here. And there's a regular bandit. So the other options that you have then is like if you don't want the spawn right here, it's my great nephew there screaming. I'm going to go ahead and use the move ability. And I'm going to move this spawner. And I'm going to have them spawn from right here. And now I can check the spawn radius. All right, so it'll spawn anywhere in this little circle right here. Let's double check and make sure. We got a few more seconds go by. There's our first bandit scout. I wonder which one of the random 5 we'll get as the second spawn. Okay, yeah, so we got 2 scouts out of that. Sure, that's fine. And then what you want to do at this very last point, if you like the spawner and you want to keep it, I would say go ahead and go to God Info. Click the Object Variable tab here. Go down to Add. And then we're going to add a Boolean, so click that. And for this, type in capital N-O and lowercase o, no reset like you see here. So the N and the R and the no reset are capitalized. And then we want to set that value to true. And so if a world resets or the game goes to delete stuff, it'll see that and say, hey, don't delete it. Unless we manually delete it. And now, now that you got that spawner done, let's say, well, you know what? Maybe I want to put one over to here. So I'm going to take this duplicate button. There's our first bandit. Do we still have the same spawn radiuses and everything else? Let's take a peek. Yes, we do. We can open up this spawner and look at this spawner. And we can say that maybe in this one here, we don't want the bandit to spawn. Now the bandit's gone and the boss bandit, and it can't spawn. All right. So really, that's as quick as it is to spawn anything anywhere you want without having to like really do anything but click through some user-driven UI windows and things, right? You can make more complicated versions out of this, but this pretty much covers the basics. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you get to use this stuff, and I can't wait to see the worlds that you generate with it. Have a good one.